Welcome back. Our next guest, one of my personal friends, good friend, Frankie Alvarez. How we doing, baby?
What's going on, Schnabs? How you doing, baby?
I'm doing good, dude. It's so great to talk to you. We were talking a little bit pre-show. I talked to you about recently married, dude. It must feel so good. When we were in the pre-show, you said my wife, dude. That had to feel so great.
It's it was funny because we I told you we had we had gone through, our original date was back in March. And then, everything got like pushed back and stuff like that. And finally we were like, let's just do it in our backyard. But of course that was the weekend that Borat 2 got put onto Amazon. Oh. So since then it's been impossible to talk without saying, my wife.
Mm-hmm. Was that in the wedding? It's my wife.
Yeah.
Do you take your wife?
Yeah.
Little did you know they got Borat to marry them.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen.
That's Borat too.
That would have been something else. But I jokingly, as Schnabs, I'm an old school wrestling fan as well. And I told my wife, back months ago, I was like, I want to let you know I had an idea for one of my friends to interrupt our first dance. And then I was going to give him a stone cold stunner on the dance floor. And she's like, why do you have to try to make everything a show? And I'm like, you only get one.
Well, you're an entertainer.
You only get one, So,
that's true.
But thanks for having me, guys. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Oh, dude, I'm so pumped that you're on, man. Super pumped. So you're known for a bunch of things. You're known for streaming and podcasts and a bunch and just being an entertainer. So how did you get into that? How did that start?
The streaming was something that, my buddies and I kind of discussed. So my buddy Joe Santagato, he's been doing, he's my best friend. We've known each other forever. He's been doing entertainment YouTube stuff, and podcasting for a while. And, a couple of years ago when Twitch really started, like Twitch had been like a name in the stream, pretty much the name in the streaming game. And then he said, he was like, like Ninja was starting to really, really gain traction. And this is when he was playing with Travis Scott and Drake and, so we were watching it and he was like, because his brain is moving a million miles an hour. He's always trying to think of new stuff. And he said to me, he was like, people love watching streamers, and they watch it for like insane plays. How many times have you guys seen clips of people just being like, no scope, 360, under the legs, loop-de-triple loop.
All the time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Loop-de-triples are my favorite.
Chris pulls them off every day.
He does. And he said, he's like, I feel like people don't really have a lot of, like, there aren't a lot of really well-known streamers that are, like, they play and they just are there for the entertainment value, Like, there are people, obviously, there are a lot of people. It's a very crowded space, but so we started doing it, and all the while I was doing podcasts, with and without him, and just stuck, my theory is like, all right, I love playing video games. I'm gonna play video games no matter what. I might as well try, I love entertaining people. I might as well try to marry the two, and I've really established and built a really awesome community of people that not only come in, just for like laughs and stuff like that, but we have some serious conversations about, stuff going on. I try to keep it, as political free as possible because that's a very, different monster. But, my thing with them is, I joke around, but I always tell them spread love, stay horny, and, it's a stupid way of saying it, but just to, consistently, just like, no matter like people's opinions or stuff, just like come in here, show love to each other and just, stay horny, I guess.
It's a pretty good mantra.
That one's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I usually don't do this. My producer wants to ask a question, so I'm going to bring him in. Hold on.
Okay.
Jumping in. Come on in, Josh.
Hey, Frank. Big fan. Frankie. Hi. It's me. It's Joe from college.
That's Zemanan. That's Exeminan.
That's me. I don't know if you remember me, but you were actually my resident assistant.
I certainly was. Joe Brown. Don't frown. Vote for Joe Brown.
Okay, well, so can you just shut up real quick because I have a question for you. I need you. I need you to rate my team. Okay.
Oh, you
so, number one, Bastidan. Gonna start off with a strong defensive wall.
That's
there.
the French version, right?
Sure. Number 2, unpheasant female, not unpheasant male, unpheasant female, because it's about time, Frank. Okay.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. Number 3, are you familiar with the Pokemon Blastoise?
I think I've heard from him. He's evolved from Shootstoise, right?
Okay, well, that question's irrelevant because number 3 is Love Disc, actually.
Gotcha.
Not Blastoise.
I mean, you gotta go. Question. Wait, I'm sorry, really quick. Is Love Disc holding Steel Wing?
No, it is not.
So then, okay.
Oh, okay, all right. I have some notes I have to fix on the team now. Number 4 is Rapidash. You know, I wanna sit on the flames. You feel me?
Well, hey man, I don't judge. I'm judgmental free zone around here.
And then number 5, Unknown F, in honor of you, Frank. That's the F is for Frank.
Thank you. I really.
And then the anchor of the team, number 6, the MVP, Clefairy.
Okay, all right. I mean, what level Clefairy?
I didn't tell you.
7.
7. Okay, I was gonna say anything above 21 just makes Clefairy an absolute, just waste of time. But that, you want to know my honest and true opinion of your starting 6?
Please.
I think you have the opportunity to change the world here. Let me tell you that, Joe Brown. Going in there, the only thing I would change is the Unknown F. Just make sure it not only has secret power, but it has every other spot is Tail Whip. Because really, lower in defense is really good. This is what anytime Joe and I speak, I'll randomly call him or text him, and I'll be like, I don't know, Joe, I didn't know you were going to be here. I don't know if you're like a
How
known
could you?
person.
My fake name is Josh. You thought I was just a fake producer.
You know, it's funny. He's not a fake producer. He's a real producer.
He's a real producer.
He's just not here.
Yeah,
today.
I took Josh's spot to be in this.
I love it. But I'll randomly call him and be like, "Yo, I need you to rate my top 6." And I'll give him like the first 3 that I gave him were like actual Pokemon, and then the other one I was like Reggie Rock, Reggie Steel, Reggie Fiume, throw just random people in there. I think I threw like Ryan Lefebvre's name in there once.
Yes. Shout out to Pokemon.
He was a friend of ours, but
By
it's good to see you.
By the way,
I'm
wearing
so
a shirt
happy
for you.
Oh yes, I wore it for you. It's if you can see it, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirtles.
Oh my god.
Dude, anything with the word squirt in it just makes me a happy boy.
Yeah, it does. Based off your mantra, So I'm just happy I could be here. Schnapple told me you were coming on, or initially we were just gonna have like a normal thing and you and I together, but then I was like, wait a second, we have some time, let's figure it out. Yeah. So we decided I would pretend to be here, and then as I was muted and had my mic off, and I went down to talk to my mom to let her know, like, oh, this great thing, we're gonna prank Frankie, and I told her the whole plan and everything. And the first thing she said, it wasn't like, oh, it's so exciting, or let me know. The first thing she said was, did you make your bed? Because I had my webcam on. I'm like, yes, Mom, I made my bed.
Did you?
Was it a lie or was it the truth?
Yes, I could move out of the way.
He didn't make his bed. He just threw the blanket over. Yeah,
It's more of a like kid just throwing their comforter over.
Threw a blanket on a bed.
Did she ask me if I tucked my bed in, Schnabel? No, I made it.
Made your bed. Not did you put
clean.
Your blanket on your bed?
It's
Anyone
clean.
Can put
It's
their blanket
flat.
On
it's
their
even.
Bed.
I gotta say, there's nothing better than on a Sunday evening over here on the East Coast, a surprise brown. I love a good old surprise brown. You'll never hear me get upset about that. Joe, I need to skate my way up to you and pull you out of the house so you and I can go Pokemon card hunting.
I'm so down.
Rich people have ruined Pokemon cards, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I know.
I think rich people have ruined every type of card.
Well, yeah, we can.
Yeah, the card collecting game is.
Have you seen Hallmark cards lately? They're like $6.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they were.
Yeah, because they all have like full.
It was my fault. I started
concerts
collecting them all.
when you open it.
Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah, I mean, between Pokemon cards and green cards, the rich people have just taken everything from us.
Hold on, can we change the conversation quickly? Because Connor's, I can hear Connor, but it says his mic is muted on Zoom. And
don't worry about that. We have that figured. Can you hear him?
Cool. I can hear him.
Yeah, we got a system. We're good.
What's the problem?
I was just worried that we ruined the surprise with Frankie.
We would never.
Oh, no. My voice
never.
just transcends through mutes.
Except for how I deleted everything so far. We would never. We would never do that. So I was like, we could definitely get him. We could get Frankie on this one.
Oh, Joe, I was thinking about you the other day because I was finishing up my initial playthrough of Crash Bandicoot 4.
Oh, yeah.
It's about time. And I just remember the Cortex Castle, the penultimate level, where you got to basically in quick succession use all the masks. I audibly was saying, "Yo, this is from the devil. This was created by people that want to see us fail."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was miserably hard, but it was entertaining.
Didn't I tell you one level I died 83 times?
Yeah, I died.
That was the level. That was
my record. My record on deaths in that game right now is do you know that level in the Snacks Galaxy where you go between Dingo and Coco? Not Dingo, Dingo and Tawna.
Yes.
I literally died 75 times on that level.
Yeah, it's brutal. Those last two, I like to imagine that, my fan fiction, my headcanon is that the game ended 2 stages earlier when you beat, was it Embryo and the other lady or whatever? That's where I like to think the game ended, because those last 2 worlds are ridiculously hard.
Yeah, it got pretty difficult. I mean, it was still entertaining though. It wasn't one of those games that you pick it up and you get very angry by the difficulty. It's consistently kind of. I don't know if you and Chris have played the new Crash Bandicoot, but
I haven't played the new one. I played back in the day with the old school games.
Yeah,
as a kid, and those were brutal as a kid. I could not get through some of those levels.
The difficulty spike in this it pretty much progressed. Like those original games, it was like you were enjoying yourself, and then it was bang, road to nowhere. It was like out of the blue. It became really difficult. But this, the difficulty on the newer game, it didn't make me put it down and be like, I need to step away.
It was
good. Just like, I can do it,
Yeah. I love it. I have 68% completion towards the platinum.
Oh, you're going 106?
No, if I have the sanity for it, I don't know if I do. It's so hard, man.
The insanity.
Insane.
For anybody that's wondering who just joined up,
yeah, we should probably say
3 of us. Yeah, 3 of us are friends. Joe though is also a streamer, Zemanon, and he also commentates for Pokemon, and that's why we had the Pokemon questions to start. So now it all makes sense to the people. They're all reeling in
everyone just gets it 100% now.
Yeah,
there's no confusion.
If they're still here, they're all on board. They're
still here. If you got your Avion, now you're here.
We joked before we started recording that this would be an intervention for me, and when I saw Joe, I was like, "This might be. This might be an intervention."
Wait till I open the next producer.
Yeah,
right. It was so funny that Frank was like, "Oh yeah, and, what's gonna happen? You're gonna unmute that spot. And my parents are gonna come out." And I'm like, "Kind of close."
I mean, this is the closest thing to Daddy besides my actual father. So. Pretty close. Pretty close.
So let's go to Joe really quick. So Joe, how did you get involved with commentating for Pokemon?
Well, I'll give you the short of the story is I used to play a lot of League of Legends back in college, and the League of Legends community has a not so positive communication skills, let's say, and their inability to treat others well drove me away from the game. So I was looking for a new competitive game to play, and I was actually an RA for up at school for the summer, and I saw the Pokemon U.S. National Championships were being played on Twitch. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm just hanging out here, and I watched it, and I fell in love because I've always loved Pokemon. I just never really played it in the official competitive circuit. And then that following the next month was the 2014 World Championships, and that's where the iconic moment where Sejun Park, for anyone who follows competitive Pokemon, he won the World Championships with a Pachirisu, which is not a very common Pokemon at all. It's not really seen to have any competitive viability, and he was the best player in the world with an uncompetitive Pokemon. And that's when just like everything changed. I was like, oh, I love this. I fell in love right away, and I got involved. And then the next year and a half or so, I was playing at my locals, my local tournaments in New York and New Jersey. And from that moment, I was like, hey, they have a stream. You know, I'll have the background in sports broadcasting with UNH, with the radio. I'll give it a shot. And then 5 years later, I finally got the chance to work with Pokemon.
I was all over that.
And I know you were very.
I was all over that.
I appreciate it. It was a long journey.
For those of you guys that don't know, you are also, this man right here, Joe Brown, is also the iconic interviewer. Best interviewer I've ever seen of Aaron Carter, I think. Possibly.
I was on that interview too, you jerk.
Yeah, that's why he said the best interviewer, Chris.
Exactly.
Come on. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but you know, like you got more of a hip hop vibe. Like if anyone's going to be interviewing Aaron Carter,
it's me.
It's Joe Brown. Right next to, you know, I see that you made your bed for this. You took it, but you kept up your Pokemon posters behind you, but you did take down your Aaron Carter fat head.
I actually got 3 photos autographed by him to give away for raffles, if you remember that show.
I do.
I tried because my buddy, my brother-in-law, that day his grandmother passed away, and I had this elaborate plan in my head that I was going to go to Aaron Carter and have him send like a, hey Danny, what's up? It's me, Aaron Carter. Feel better, all right? Like just.
Yo, you know what the crazy thing is? If you would have done that, he would have 100% done that.
No shit.
He would do anything. He would do anything you asked. He was super nice. He was super nice, but he did like a whole photo shoot and gave out tickets.
There was a line. So the where the broadcasting center was on the top of this hill. There was a line out the building, and like. Yeah. Down, I don't know if it was down the hill or
it was
if
like
it went
across
the other
street.
way.
It went through the whole street.
The final count was like 380 people or something like that for an overnight thing. And by the way, let me give some clarification again for people that aren't listening. Joe and I used to have a radio show together in Connecticut.
There's a lot of context in this episode.
We used to have a radio show, and we had Aaron Carter on, like how I have these guys on now. Although these guys are, you know,
I'd say Frankie is a bigger get than Aaron Carter.
You're crazy. We're talking to the man that beat Shaq in basketball.
That is true.
But it was Aaron Carter.
Or was it? It's never been proven.
Or was it a jersey?
Never been proven.
How'd he have the jersey?
That's quite correct.
We'll never know. We may never know. But that's where this is all coming from. We had an Aaron Carter event where we interviewed him, and he did a photo shoot. Mm-hmm. We listened to his single 730 times, and that part was rough.
That single did slap, though. If we're gonna be real.
Did it? I never heard it.
It's called
Sooner or Later. Oh no,
Ooh-Wee was the one that came out. Yeah, Sooner or Later was the first single.
The Aaron Carter classic, Ooh-Wee.
Yeah.
Must have missed that one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how. We played it about 12,000 times that day.
I
don't know how you
deep cut now.
Yeah, it's a deep cut. Deep cut. You got to search pretty low. But that's where this all came from. So now everybody's caught up. We're up to speed. And every time that we do something like this, I'll just catch us up when we're done. So
there we go.
Beautiful.
Keep it going. So Frankie, what do you usually play when you're on stream?
I mean, it depends. I try to. I really enjoyed Call of Duty Warzone. Mm-hmm. I think it's in my opinion, the best attempt at not just a competitive battle royale since Fortnite, but a fun battle royale. And I think that as Fortnite, in my opinion, has declined in quality, you know, Call of Duty, as people have always loved Call of Duty.
And Travis Scott was on Fortnite.
How old was that? 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
No, the Travis Scott when he did the concert.
Oh yeah.
Earlier this year.
yeah, it was. Listen, Fortnite
feels like 3 years ago.
Fortnite was like a drug to me, you know, back in 2018, 2017, really 2018. Mm-hmm. But you know, they started, in my opinion, they started, you know, just adding too much stuff to it, and they overcomplicated it. But
I think that's everyone's opinion.
I've been playing a lot of Warzone. You know, I am all in. I swear in the world, and I stand by it. I am the world's best Among Us player. We gotta get a game. Fired. We gotta get a game us 3 because boys, let me tell you, it would be great. And then, you know, sometimes I just talk. Sometimes, you know, I was playing God of War for a little bit. I played Outlast. I jump all over the place. Really depends on what the people, you know, that join the stream ask me to play or want to see. So. And
you have a big Discord now. Big Discord following on there too, and is that where you get most of the ideas from your games? More the Discord, or? Yeah,
I feel so bad because I am awful. I mean, you guys both know Connor, you as well. I am awful with texting. I am so bad. Like
what? Yeah, what? What?
Dude,
you know, I'm still waiting on a reply from 2013, but I don't know.
He is. He's not lying. If you want
Can you let me in the building from 2013?
That's exactly what it is. I always tell people, you want to get in touch with me, call me. I am a big phone call guy. But yeah, the Discord, again, I think one of the most, the things I'm proud of the most is, we don't have a really massive community, but we have a really tight-knit group that really loves and supports each other. And, I just kind of seeing how they interact with each other, not only with respect, but, just being, just chatting it up and being cool people. That's the part that really warms my heart. And like, I have grown to, I know people that had streamed and then they stopped and they go back and they stop and they go back, but I feel like a sense of responsibility with, just giving these people like a form of entertainment, and a place where they can just be themselves unapologetically. So yeah, man, I wish I could be in the Discord and talk more, but I get caught up in my own BS, and I definitely don't respond to them as much as I do, but they know I love them, and I continue to tell them. And when I pop in every now and then, I try to make it fun.
And for streaming, do you have more of a schedule, or are you kind of just like, all right, today I'm going to do it. Let's let everybody know because I'm going out there today.
I consistently do it Mondays and Tuesdays for about like 2 hours each night, just because, I work a full-time job, in addition to recording a podcast, in New York and stuff like that. So, and then, I got a family who I want to spend time with, and
it's gonna make me happy every time you say that.
Yeah,
every time you say that.
So so Monday, Tuesday nights, usually 8:45 p.m. Eastern time, and then the third Thursday of every month, I try to do a subscriber-only stream. Which, if you guys want to join, you don't need to be subscribers. We'll play together. But I think I'm going to be doing. Don't tell Amazon or Twitch, but I think I'm going to have a couple How You Doings and play Among Us.
Which should be well, hello,
Jeff Bezos.
I'm a subscriber, so I can join.
That's right. Joe Brown is subscribed. Which you don't, please. I appreciate that, and I let people know what I stream too. Like just come and hang out and talk. Like please don't feel like you owe me like a subscription or money or anything.
I do it to support you, Frank.
That's I know, true. Joe. I know, and you know what I do to support you?
What?
I send you pictures of my feet.
That's what you get for
hey, whatever helps me get through the day, right?
Hey man, it's been a rough year.
So you do let's switch over to the podcast really quick. So now you did the stank, and now you're doing the basement yard, which is the granddaddy of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel to be moved up to that one?
I mean, my buddy Joey he's really I think a lot of people have this idea of podcasters that like they put the camera on for a half hour or an hour and a half a week, and then they edit it and throw it out there, and that's all they do. Like he has been, he's a go-getter in every sense of the word, and he really he treats that that show with so much respect. And when he came to me and asked me to step in and co-host with him, I took it with like the utmost, again, this is someone I've known for 25 years. Mm-hmm. So I took it with the utmost respect. And I told him like, listen, man, like I really appreciate and value what you're doing here. It's basically, he asked me to sit on a show with him and talk shit. Oops, sorry. Crap.
Hey, we don't censor anyone. Okay. We censor nobody.
Yeah, man. I was so.
I didn't know Frank was fallible. I didn't know he was cursed like this.
I took it with so much respect and love, and I will consistently do what I can to make him proud of the product, and just be there for him. He also he keeps me locked up in a room for 3 days a week, so I kind of have to say this. This right here, this is just a backdrop. There's a green screen. Behind it is just shackles where I get tied up to the wall and stuff like that.
I have noticed you haven't left your chair since you got there, and I'm starting to figure it out now.
There's someone under the desk holding a hot poking knife, to my genitalia. So I need to be very careful.
Don't move slowly, move swiftly. So Joe, I'm going to go over to you really quick. I want to talk about Pokemon really quick. Because we started talking about it the other day off air because the new DLC came out, which I had absolutely no idea, even though I already bought it. No idea that it came out. What were your feelings about it?
So you're talking about the Crown Tundra DLC, which came out a couple weeks ago, which introduced a whole new area of the map and new legendary Pokemon, and then ways in these Dynamax Adventure raids to collect different Pokemon, and a lot of the old legendary Pokemon. That's the only way you can get them through the max layer or the max raid layers. It's pretty fun. I think some things they could have. I wish they left in the oven a little longer. Like so, the town you go to, like you go to an ice mountain, right? And the head town on that mountain, it's a very cold place. So the name of the town is
Ice Mountain's cold.
No, it's Freezington. Freezing Town is the name of the town, and it's like,
sorry,
come on, guys.
If you said Freezington, I would have thought otherwise. My bad.
Yeah. So like just a couple of things like that where I wish they put a little more effort into it, but the actual the new Galarian form of the legendary trios of Galarian, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres, like they have really cool abilities, and I'm obviously more interested in the competitive aspect of it because of how those Pokemon can work, and like Galarian Moltres is actually a huge threat right now in VGC, which is really awesome to see. But overall, I think it was fun. It was like, we were really craving something new, especially since we haven't been able to have any live events for 8 or so months or whatever, and won't have them for however long following. So it was nice to get like a new content drop and dive into it. But it's not it's not earth shattering. It's not like when the game came out, like when they gave a score bunny that Schnapple's holding up.
I stand by that Grookey was the best of the three.
Oh wow. Yes. You had a 67% chance to be correct.
Wow.
You chose.
You did.
Chose wrong.
I'm telling you,
I respect Grookey. It's fine.
When Sword and Shield came out about a year ago, actually, at this point.
Yep.
I thought I was a genius because I sat home that night. I remember, my wife went out and I think she went somewhere to dinner or something, and I sat home that whole night. It took me about 4 hours to do this, but I played through with Sobble, and then I traded him away, and then I started a new game, and I played through with Score Bunny, and then I stopped in it. And like I did that 3 times, so I played the whole game with all 3 starters, and I was like, I'm a genius. Someone like one of the people in my Discord humbled me real quick. They were like, people have been doing this for years, right? And I was like, no, man.
Like you didn't come up with this idea. Like this is a known strategy.
Literally been around for 25 years.
Yeah, I was like, no, man, I did this. But like back in the day, it wasn't easy to trade Pokemon. Like you needed to. Not only did you need the link cable, but you had to like not move in like those things were so fragile.
Yeah,
and if you disconnected, you were screwed.
I took my brother's Pikachu once when we both had like yellow, and so when he went to like I don't know take a bath or whatever because we were like 5. It's what you do when you're a kid, I guess. I guess I was mad, so I traded a Metapod for his Pikachu, so I had both starter Pikachus in my game, and like he got super mad. Obviously,
you're a savage.
Yeah, my mom forced us to both
savage.
So we both had to start over.
It's actually a war crime in some countries.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Wow. In my household, that would have led to blows. Let me tell you.
And you have just been caught. The police are on their way. Thanks for joining, Joe.
Get it, boys.
Yeah, my brother's just
2 for 2 on people
right
caught.
right next to the officer.
Joe, I always come to you with Pokemon questions. Not that it's going to get me any better at it, as you already know. But I still come to you anyway with them. One quick fact about all of us. For me, it's already known just by looking at this screen. But the 3 of us, excluding Connor, are all Yankee fans. Yeah, we're all Yankee fans. So I have to ask, what do you guys feel about the Lindor situation going on?
Oh, you want me to start?
Whomever would like.
Okay. I'll start. So how do I put this? Francisco Lindor is my favorite player currently in all of baseball. For those who don't know, I've been working for the last 5 years at MLB as a video editor and producer, so I see a lot of different
check out his
baseball
Lindor
games.
Highlights, Mr. Small. Joe Brown.
I'll send it to Frankie, and I'll send him the Mookie one too. So
I'll
over the years,
anything with Mookie Betts.
Okay.
Maybe Connor's happy now.
So
Dodger fan.
Ooh, congratulations.
Thanks, man. Feels good.
So when I started out as an editor, they kind of like let you get up through the ring, so they're not giving me Yankees Red Sox right away. So my first couple of years, I ended up editing a lot of Indians games. So that's how I guess I fell for the connection with Lindor. So I would love it. I don't know how it makes sense practically, because you're gonna have to give him a $350 million contract the following year, and you got to pay Judge, and you got to pay,
and then you'd have to let LeMahieu walk, the guy that's like an MVP candidate.
Right, but is LeMahieu the MVP, or his value so good because he's playing so well at $10 million?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
at
like
$25 million. You're like, well, yeah, you better bet $360 if we're paying you $25 million. It's the fact that he's so underpaid is why we value him.
Yeah.
So I think some random team like the Padres or the Mets or the Rockies or something, or whoever could easily give him a $25 million a year contract.
I think the Mets. I honestly think the Mets are.
That's the major one right now.
I would love it if they got Lindor, but like you're gonna have to have some type of Mookie deal where like you come in, you don't get a contract extension right away, but like we immediately start talking about the extension for me to be okay with it. Because if you trade a bunch of prospects away for 1 year, Lindor, that'd be heartbreaking because I want him to be a Yankee forever.
You have to make sure he resigns. But I feel like if he goes to New York, he's gonna resign. I don't know. He seems like a big stage guy. He's ready for the big stage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I will live and breathe and die the Yankees, but in my opinion, the Yankees they need to stop stacking their infield. I think that they're in a nice, comfortable place right now, and they need to focus. They need to focus their efforts in significantly other places. In particular, I mean, the idea of Charlie Morton possibly being a Yankee. He's already pitched in there's a lady back there. He's already pitched in the East, and he's proved that he can hold his own. But listen, man, I like Lindor. I think he would be an asset, but there is that New York factor that people always talk about, and it's true. Anyone can play well anywhere except New York. Playing for the Yankees in New York is an entirely different ballgame.
Wearing the pinstripes at shortstop's not the same as wearing whatever in Texas.
Yeah, and listen, they're all major league athletes. So the fact of the matter is that they clearly are very, very talented. But there's a significant difference in playing well when you're in Texas compared to playing well when you're under those lights in New York. And you have you're either the greatest thing ever or the worst thing ever to Yankee fans, and not everyone has proven that they can do that.
And one name that's been with the Yankees, and we'll switch topics, is Trevor Bauer. So I don't know if you guys know that, but Trevor Bauer and Garrett Cole don't like each other. Like
all. That's the reports. Yeah. Trevor Bauer likes to tweet that it's not true, but that doesn't stop the reports from saying it's true.
That's right.
That came from when they were at UCLA together.
Yeah, they butted heads at UCLA
a lot. So that'd be interesting.
Connor, did you wear a UCLA hoodie just to bring this get to the conversation
of course.
Here?
Oh, this is all planned.
Well, the whole point of this is that this shouldn't matter at all because they're both going to the Dodgers.
No. Lindor, see, that's what's so funny with for years the Dodgers have been saying to trade Seager for Lindor, but Seager literally just won NLCS and World Series.
Oh, we're not trading Seager. He's moving to third. We're trading Gavin Lux and some other prospects, of course. This is just how it's working.
But you have Seager. You don't need Lindor.
That's what I'm saying. You moved him to third. We're all good.
Connor, let's cut a deal. You give us nothing, and we'll give you Gary Sanchez.
Deal. Yeah, he'll be deep on our bench though. Even Will Smith and Austin Barnes are going to be playing
on our bench right
Listen,
now.
I would constantly. My brothers are also really, really big Yankee fans as well, and they approach being fans from a different aspect because they played and coached baseball. And I would constantly, just as I would randomly call Joe and give him 6 starter Pokemon, I would call my brothers and give them 3 options. Like I'd call them and be like, all right, I'll take Sal Fasano, Kelly Shopick, and anyone over Gary Sanchez at any point in time. And that's the one part of the Yankees that drives me absolutely nuts right now is that they're keeping this schmuck.
Listen, I know it's kind of depressing that he bats 140 every year, but it's actually impressive to be a major league hitter and only bat 140. You know, so it depends on how you want to look at it. Like, you would think law of averages, he'd at least get a hit 20% of the time. So the fact that he only gets it under 15% of the time is pretty interesting.
Not really putting it in play either.
It's also great to watch him go up there with absolutely no game plan. Just no idea what's coming.
Swing away.
No idea what the count is. Just go ahead and swing.
Nothing makes me more frustrated than having to hear Michael Kay say, like, he is the best hitter on the team. He's just not hitting right now. And I was like, well, doesn't that... Like,
how many times can you say that?
You know what I mean? Like, you need to do one of those things in order to be considered the other.
Right.
You know, that's if I was saying, like, Joe is the best best Pokemon player that has never played a Pokemon game. And it's like, what? It makes no sense.
They all talk about his, second fastest ever to 100 home runs. It's like, the other one who was the fastest ever was Ryan Howard. Like,
and look where he is.
That's what I'm saying. Just to get to 100 home runs fast doesn't mean you're going to have a 20-year career.
Ryan Howard is a Lakewood Blue Claw Hall of Famer, so you put some respect on his name. Okay?
I do love the Blue Claws hat. I will say their logo is pretty fire.
Joe, you and I'll fly you out. Connor, you could stay right where you are. We'll go to a couple Blue Claws games because they're like 30 cents for like behind the dugout like seats.
I'm all for it.
All right, guys. Both of you, thank you for coming on. Joe, we'll start with you. Where can they find you on social media?
So you can find me on Twitch or Twitter at Zemanon. That's Xeminan. I know it's hard. Sorry about that. I stream and commentate competitive Pokemon games and also, talk about baseball and other sports and stuff like that on Twitter. But yeah, right now everything is online tournaments and online circuits. Like we just had the Pokemon company is starting up another competitive circuit with the Players Cup for people to play online since we can't go back to in-person events, but hopefully one day we can return to regionals and nationals and world championships and stuff, and you can see me hopefully on some of those Twitch streams.
All right, Frankie, where can they find you, kid?
If you're looking, you can find me on the block disobeying the law. Sorry, I was just listening to Young Jeezy earlier. No, but you guys.
Or it's relevant.
Yeah, but thank you guys. Thank you so much. I know Joe didn't thank you because he's ungrateful, but thank you guys so much for allowing me to come on.
I was here before Connor was here. What are you talking about?
We were hatching schemes.
Yeah, I bet. And Joe, you're gonna get a very colorful text after we're done. But thank you guys so much. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at falvarez8085. Like I said, I stream Mondays and Tuesdays, so it's super chill and fun. We get a little ridiculous, and ever since they put that like music ban on it, I open up every single stream with me singing a different song. So it's fun. And then Instagram is the Frank Alvarez. And then check out Santa Gato Studios. Basement Yard is the podcast I co-host. Other people's lives is on there as well. It's a lot of it gets a little ridiculous, but it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, go check them out. Guys, it's been awesome catching up with you. It's been awesome talking to you guys again. We're coming right back with Ryu Car, so do not go anywhere. Stay right there.